From stories around the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A pleasant evening. I'm Dulanjali Ananda.
A very good evening indeed, and I'm Charita Vinipurarachi. Now let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news. The district and provincial administration has been strengthened to provide efficient service to the public, says the Prime Minister. The special representative of the UN meeting the officers of the judiciary is no hindrance to the independence of the judiciary, says the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Dr. Shafi freed on bail. The super cricketer Lasith Malinga bids goodbye to cricket tomorrow. A golden era will be dawned on Britain, promises the new British Prime Minister. The special representative of the UNO meeting the officials of the judiciary is not a deterrent to the independence of the judiciary, State Minister of Foreign Affairs Tilak Marupana. He stated this addressing the Parliament today and also said that such meetings had occurred in a number of times in the past.
There was a constitutional matter raised of interference with the judiciary by the Secretary, where the representative of the rapporteur had requested, and the request was sent by the acting Secretary in writing seeking the appointment with the Chief Justice, High Court judges, but the issue is direct involvement with the proceedings of 4 cases.
I wish to place before you the following which reflects the correct posture. Honourable Deputy Speaker, the visit of the Special Rapporteur on the freedom of assembly and of association, which is currently underway, is part of a similar visit undertaken by UN Special Procedure mandate holders at the invitation of the Government of Sri Lanka. It is we, the Government of Sri Lanka, that has periodically invited these special mandate holders. The idea of welcoming such visits is to have a transparent process in place whereby the Government of Sri Lanka hopes to engage with the international community, including the UN, in a spirit of openness and dialogue. Similarly, the Foreign Ministry has followed proper procedures by communicating the request for meetings by the Special Rapporteur through the Ministry of Justice and the Judicial Service Commission. The Judicial Service Commission, having considered the ministry letter, consulted the Honourable Chief Justice, who granted the appointment. I must say here, Honourable Deputy Speaker, that the Honourable Chief Justice, when he granted this appointment, he had granted the appointment to meet these High Court judges along with himself, so that I take it that he was making sure that nothing unusual or nothing unorthodox would happen at that meeting, because he would be in a position to monitor everything. I am saddened to note that some members of Parliament had sought to show that the Acting Secretary for Foreign Affairs, his letter was an interference with the judiciary and also was in contempt of court. Neither of these assertions are true. Again, I wish to emphasize that this is not the first time that the Foreign Ministry has taken the course of action that it has taken for this particular visit. In fact, 2 previous Foreign Secretaries have requested similar meetings in June 2017 and October 2017 by writing directly to the office of the Honourable Chief Justice. However, in this instance, the Foreign Ministry has only conveyed the request of the Special Rapporteur to the Secretary of the Ministry of Justice.
Judges and the Supreme Court judge who are asking for an appointment specifically in relation to a matter that is already sub judice. It is in the process before courts. And are you going to say this type of interference is normal?
I am very thankful that my learned friend is very concerned about matters of interference with the judiciary. So are we. And we certainly have no intention of interfering with the judiciary. What I say is that there has been absolutely no interference with any case or any judicial officer. The special mandate holder makes a request from the Foreign Ministry for various appointments. We are like the post box. We are compelled then. Number of cases are not mentioned. Those are cases which were brought up at the preparatory meeting, the Attorney General and the police. There was no mention of these cases, and this person never wrote to the Chief Justice saying that the Special Rapporteur wants an interview with you to talk about these cases.
The government has taken steps to strengthen the provincial and district level administration to enable the public better efficient service, says Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. He further said the results from that can be seen in the next few years. The Prime Minister stated this during a ceremony conducted to declare open the new building for the Ministry of Home Affairs. This new building complex declared open by the Prime Minister has been named the official chambers on Nila Madura. Following the official religious rites, the commemorative plaque of the Nilamadura tomb was unveiled by the Prime Minister. Initially, to complete this 21-story building to bring together the district secretariat and the Ministry of Home Affairs under one building, an amount of 5,600 million rupees was allocated. It was a concept of the Prime Minister to bring together the district, provincial and rural administration into the one building with all necessary facilities to formalize the service to the public. So far, until this occurred, the Ministry of Home Affairs did not have a firmly established building of its own. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that we established a government in the year 2015 under President Maithripala Sirisena. One of our intentions was to establish Western Province as a megapolis and to modernize and develop it. This building is being opened today as a secretariat of that mega city in Colombo. From today, this mega city will be administered as a complete megapolis district from Colombo. From this new building, there are two new records involved with this district secretariat. One is that it is transforming Greater Colombo into a metropolitan district. The second is, in the modern history of Sri Lanka, a new plot of land proposed in the parliament in this week on last Tuesday for the first time, and artificial land area of over 600 acres has been entered into Colombo district. In fact, we are coming into a new district. As such, all our officials should be ready to prepare themselves as such. All this done as a government to create a modern economy and a stronger Sri Lanka. If we are to become a central hub in the Indian Ocean, we require a mega city. It is difficult to create such a hub with small cities. We are trying to create that mega city. It is our aim. We have faced a number of challenges: floods, droughts, mounds of waste, earth slips and constitutional crisis. Similarly, the Easter Sunday bomber blast. From now on, we have to go for modernization. Then only we can look at our future. Modernization means transforming Sri Lanka into an export economy. The restructuring to create that transformation is to totally bring in an export economy. That transformation planned by the government is being enacted by the private sector. This port city is a part of this transformation to create an international financial center. When two countries transact with each other, there should be tax relief brought in for both. Dubai and Singapore work in this manner. This system is a vital part of the export economy. Among those present during this occasion were the religious leaders, Minister Vajra Abeyewardena and State Minister J.C. Alawathuwala, including some ministers and parliamentarians. Meanwhile, the former parliamentarian Asoka Somaratne, through his foundation, handed over to the Prime Minister a plot of land worth 8 million rupees and a donation of cash of 4 million rupees to build the provincial secretariat in the Galle district. This aid was given in response to an appeal made by the Prime Minister. Dr. Mohammed Shafi of the Kurunegala Hospital, who was in remand, received bail today from the Magistrate Court in Kurunegala. The court ordered Dr. Shafi to be found by 4 personal bonds of 2.5 million each and also to report to the police on every Sunday. Dr. Shafi had been taken into custody by the CID for earning monies inappropriately. Subsequently, he was accused of performing harmful infertility operations on mothers at the Kurunegala Hospital. In the case regarding D.A. Rajapaksa Memorial Museum Field by Attorney General against former Secretary of Defence Gotabaya Rajapaksa, by Attorney General, the Supreme Court issued an order postponing the hearing to October 1st. This was in response to a special appeal petition filed by Gotabaya Rajapaksa, which was considered by the 3-bench panel of judges who issued the postponing order. The basic rights petition filed by 12 parties against former Defence Secretary Hemasri Fernando and IGP Puja Jayasundara, accusing them of failing to take preventive measures on the attack on the 21st of April, was taken for hearing by a panel of 7 judges today. Accused holding in possession of 5 elephants illegally Ali Roshan and 7 others were ordered to be remanded until the conclusion of the case by the 3-bench panel of judges of the High Court today. The accused were delivered their indictments today. The 15 persons who are accused of damaging the Buddha statues in the Mavanalla area were ordered to be remanded further till 8th of this next month. They were ordered to be remanded by District Magistrate of Mavanalla, Upul Rajakaruna. The accused were presented at the courts today. Among the accused is a woman. The accused were arrested in an investigation conducted jointly by the police, State Police Intelligence Divisions and the CID regarding the Buddha statues that were damaged in the Mavanalla area. They were in remand up to date till they were presented in courts.
The Parliamentary Special Select Committee to investigate into the April 21st Easter Sunday blast attacks met today. Among those who gave evidence at the Parliamentary Special Select Committee today are the Commanding Officer of the Police Special Task Force, Deputy Inspector General M.R. Latif, former IGP M.K. Langakon, the former Secretary to the Ministry of Law and Peace, the Chief Executive Officer of the Bodu Bala Sena Organisation, Delanta Vitanage.
The Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition is being held at the Valisinghe Harishchandra Sports Grounds for the second day. Today, thousands of people flocked to the exhibition. The exhibition, which is open to the public, is held from 10 a.m. in the morning till 27th of this month. The principal intent of the Enterprise Sri Lanka exhibition is to create 100,000 entrepreneurs. There are 375 exhibition stalls representing the government, semi-government and private sector organizations. Another intention of this exhibition is to empower the young men and women of the Anuradhapura district. A substantial amount of time is devoted in the exhibition to enable the public and the professionals to be informed of the loan schemes under the Enterprise Sri Lanka program. As a special feature to provide entertainment to the visiting public, musical programs are being organized. A special stall set up in the exhibition by the Rupavahini Corporation specially draws people due to the live programs it telecasts. Another attraction is the programs to select the announcers and presenters from programs among the visitors. The 25th National Virujana Award Ceremony 2019 was conducted at the BMICH today under the patronage of Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. Persons who have dared death, defining moments in their service to others, have been awarded at this ceremony. This award ceremony to the selfless brave is organized by Parliament. Hasita Madhushan, who considered his life as of second importance in daring to rescue a baby, was awarded with the Budalata Golden Award this year. Ramesh Raj, who sacrificed his life in rescuing a number of others from death in the April 21st bomb blast, was awarded with the Virujana Award presented on behalf of National Conciliation. A bus driver who had to sacrifice his life in saving a number of lives of passengers also received Budalta Gold Award. His name is H.M. Kirti Bandara Padmasiri. The Virujana Asian Gold Award was awarded to the Saman Kuran, who sacrifices his life while saving 15 school soccer players and their trainer who were trapped in an underground cave that has engulfed in water. Attorney at Law Kasan P. Chandraratna, who is the founder of this ceremony too, was presented with a special award. In addition to all this, a number of unselfish groups and individuals too was presented with awards. The leader of the opposition, Mahinda Rajapaksa, and a number of people and groups were present at the ceremony. The opening ceremony of the scheme to recruit communication and information assistants in the rural sector was launched today under the aegis of State Minister Ruwan Wijewardena. The ceremony was conducted at the auditorium of the Ministry of Media. The intention of this program is to make the people aware of the rights to information approved by this government of good governance. It was launched as a concept of State Minister Ruwan Wijewardena. Under this program, the information and communication assistants from the rural areas are to be recruited from all Grama Sevaka divisions, representing a recruit from each Grama Sevaka division. State Minister Wan Wijewardena said that this is one of the most valuable acts that our government has brought forward. The people of our country have not yet realized the value and the power of this program. The intention of same is to enable the public to gain necessary information, thus the public is able to work knowing the real situations they are facing. The people get the power to inquire into the work of the government. We hope that people in every district in the country to be informed by recruiting 15,000 people into this program so they can inform their neighbors and their own villages. The newly appointed Prime Minister of Britain, Boris Johnson, stated that a golden age will be made to be dawn for Britain. He made this declaration making his initial speech addressing the British Parliament. The new British Prime Minister Boris Johnson participated in the first cabinet meeting under him. The Foreign Minister in the new government will be Dominic Raab. The Home Affairs Secretary will be Preeti Patel. Shahid Javid was appointed as the new Chancellor. A group of parliamentarians who held positions in the Theresa May's government had been either sacked or were deprived of their positions. Addressing his new cabinet for the first time, Prime Minister Boris Johnson stated that the new government is tasked with heavy new duties. The Prime Minister also made a special statement in the Parliament today. He said that the Brexit discussions will be conducted with a new strength and a force. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has extended his well wishes to the new PM in Britain. Well wishes were extended by the Premier to the newly appointed Prime Minister of Britain, Boris Johnson, for the appointment in the new post. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe further stated that under the tenure of Boris Johnson as the Prime Minister of Britain, the relationships between the two countries will grow from strength to strength.
And now we look into Asia in 1 minute.
Welcome back. We continue with more news from home. Certain politicians are imposing the incorrect interpretations to the task of raising the country and trying to destroy the country, says Minister Sajith Premadasa. He made this declaration when he was vesting with the public the number 225 and number 226 model villages under the Samata 7 Yali Pipidana Udagamana program. These two model villages have been constructed in the Trincomalee district in the Kadavatha Manga Ututu area in villages named Pacha Nasapuram and Kuchaveli Periyakulam. The two housing schemes are titled Tulkapia Nagar, and the total money spent on the construction of these 45 houses in two schemes amounts to 6.12 million rupees.
A bold new initiative at revamping Sri Lankan students to learn and understand mathematics has been provided to tutoring over 200 children. This was launched by a pioneering UK-owned network called Third Space Global. The initiative will be providing free access to its cutting-edge virtual classrooms teaching mathematics, scheduled to kick off its first week of free classes from 29th July to 9th August, will initially open its sessions to over 200 grade 3 and grade 7 children. These children will be providing with 1.1 classes specially structured to open each student to an entirely new, engaging in a faster way to solve the mathematical problems. The Third Space Global is a British-owned and BOI-approved company that maintains regional headquarters and e-learning hubs in Sri Lanka and India. Established in Sri Lanka in 2015, TSG's 200-plus workforce stands as the world's first and the largest global scalable teaching network. Its highly trained outline tutors are supported by cutting-edge technology. And that is for tonight's news. Do it just tomorrow at the very same time. Good night.
Good night.